And good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to, well, I don't even got to look at the date. I know what date it is. November 14th, Friday. Friday. Very, very good day here today. And today we're talking Black Friday stuff because I don't know if you know this or not, but Black Friday is coming up sooner than later, right? No, we're not talking Black Friday. We're talking Small Business Saturday. Ah, see, make merry, not mistakes. It's been a morning already, folks. I will 100% tell you it has already been a morning. And looking at that, it's just going to continue on that way. I can 100% see that as we go forward throughout today because of just how that went. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your first time here, long time here. This is what I need from you: who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, what the weather is like in your area, and five things. What are five things that you are going to accomplish today? Now, I will tell you, it is going to be gorgeous-ish today. I think they said like 71. I will take that on a Friday. And I'll do it. As far as drink, what are we drinking? Just cracked it open. Tropical Vibe Celsius. Not shabby. We'll have that. And then five things. Whew, we've got a busy day. So we've got this, right? Then we got our mentorship call. And then we've got pick poll orders. Go for that. We've got like a 3-hour stint at the school today for popcorn popping and serving event. So we'll be doing that during the day today. And then to pick poll orders, you can play with the cams a little. We'll see how it goes because it is my birthday. And I have a feeling with it being like 70 some degrees outside and it being Friday, that the neighbors are going to be like, your patio is looking pretty nice about 5 o'clock, which means, okay, fine. And we'll see how that goes. So that's what we got. Now, to fill you in on some stuff, if you did not know, we dropped Wizard 26 yesterday. Oh, long time coming for that. That was one of the first goals we started looking at this, way back when, like, hey, what are we doing with this? And, I've been in talks with Matt for probably a year and a half about making subscription based just because of what it takes to run it on the back end. So, that was priority one when we took over and we said, we're going to have it there on what day? We said October 1st. That was what our goal was. It was super ambitious goal with it. October 1st came and went. So then like, okay, let's go with October or November 1st. And we got really, really close. And then I said, okay, what about the 11th? I think we can get everything done by then. And we were so, so close on the 11th, but we finally were able to get it out yesterday. So yay, rah, rah for that. Now, how did you get it? You had to be in our mentorship community or you had to be in Hall of Fame. Those got first crack at it. Everybody else, more than likely next week. It all depends on if they find a bunch of issues. So far, somebody's found one, so which is great. It's been out, and so far, somebody has only found one issue with it, and so we're working on getting that resolved. And that one doesn't necessarily affect the functionality of it; it's more of a display issue. So, kudos, we're rocking and roll with that. So, if everything goes as the plan, well, there's a good chance next week it goes live. If it does not go live for everybody else by Wednesday, I'm just being honest with stuff, and so I can look and see on it. If it does not go live by the 19th, then it won't go live until December 1st. And the reason being is because next week's a full week, but the following week we're full of half days and holidays. As far as TRW is concerned, the business part is closed. We close at noon on the 26th, closed on Thursday, Thanksgiving, and then the Friday afterwards. So there won't be tech support available. So to launch that and then say, hey, we're out of here for 5 days really isn't the greatest. So the goal is, if everything goes well, to do it on Tuesday. So that way we have a week for everybody to get in their hands to go with it. Not it'll be the first. And that's why, just to make sure that we have tech support taken care of with that. So with that, what do you say? What do you say we check in and see how everybody is doing this morning? And thank you, Josh and Myra, for becoming our newest YouTube members. Thank you so much for joining us for that. And Russell, you were fine. I saw you right here. I got a little icon that says you were watching on the mobile, and then you switched over to that. Barb's watching on mobile. I see the little thing right there for it. And the today special, the flash deal of the day has went live. I went ahead and did that beforehand for this because I thought we might go over a little today. So that is live, ready to go on the website right now for the HDV Crafter Supply Starter Kit is what we're running today. Regularly $300 value. Yeah. Yeah, $300 value on sale for $139.99, folks. So go check that out. Keith, hey, from sunny Space Coast, Florida. Coffee in the cup. How are you doing this morning, Keith? Jerry, good morning to you. Barb checking in from north central Minnesota, where it's 38 and sunny. She has water in the cup and 5 things: 3D printing, quotes, graphic layouts, Willcom training, software updates. Barb's got a busy day in front of her. And wrestling, thank you so much for the birthday. I had to look at the calendar to see how old I was, and then I got depressed. Not because I seen how old I was, but because I was not on the calendar. I was not on the big birthday calendar. People's other birthdays were. The dog's birthday was this month. Kids' birthdays next month were on there. Mine was not. So I've been making a big stink about that I don't even mean matter enough to get put on the calendar, but the dogs do. So yeah. Pasha, thank you. Happy birthday to me. Yeah, happy birthday. Good morning, Jerry from Rustling. Rustling's 48 on the way to 65. Apple juice in the cup. Ooh, apple juice. Work, press some rhinestone designs, custom templates, brush in some more stuff. Love it, love it, love it. Morning, Jerry. Good morning, Pasha. Right from Rustling. And I can't wait for soon. I've had the Wizard since it came out. Yeah, it'll, I think for general public next week, is like I said, is what we're looking for. Probably on Tuesday. That way they have the weekend to go through any of the issues that they find. You know, yesterday, today, any of the purchases, weekend, dev team can work on it on Monday, and then we can do a new version on Tuesday. So I think Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere in there is what we're looking at. Nicole, good morning to you. Thanks, Jerry, for the birthday wishes. Nope, you can go right into it because here's something to consider too. If you are not going to upgrade to 6, which is totally fine, you have 5, you paid for 5, you're using 5, do not upgrade Corel when it becomes available. If you're on the subscription Corel, your wizard will not work on their next update. The Wizard 5 won't. Any of those previous ones, because it's been made, 5's been made to work on each one, and that's part of the expense of keeping it around. So only the newest versions will be available on that. So 5 will still work as long as you don't upgrade Corel on it. And then you will be good to go. We put you on our calendar. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hi, Keith from Barb. I'd like to forget how old I am this year. This one was a big year for me. 29, big year for everybody every year. 48. I think 48 is what I'm at. 48. Almost 50. Holy hell. It just made me depressed to think about that. Hello, Barb. Beth, good morning. Happy birthday. 47 there in north central Nebraska. Temps will hit 80 today, right? Wild. Wild. I'm not quite there yet, Jeff. I'm not quite there yet. We're right there, right? We're right there. You're right around that age. Christina, good morning to you. Yeah. Ooh, don't look a day over 29. That's what I say. I look back at myself. I'm like, I've just gotten fatter. That's what I've gotten. Hey, Jeff from Barb. My age has crept up on me. I'm thrilled to still be here. I say that every day I wake up. It is a good day because I am breathing and out of bed. So, on that note, what do you say we get into it today? And keep your questions, comments, concerns all coming through there because we'll get into those. Um, so when it comes to Small Business Saturday, we want to really make it mean something. It might look like a day for sales, but really it's a day for storytelling. This is really your chance to show your customers who you are, why you do what you do, and how their support really does make a difference to you. For makers like us, it is not just about the transactions. It's about transformation. One order can fund a dream, a goal, or a moment of pride that just keeps you going through those late nights and early mornings. Too often that weekend gets reduced to just a coupon code and last minute rush. When your heart, when you show that your heart is really behind that hustle, you remind people of why they have chosen you over those big box stores. You know, Customers They buy from small businesses because they want to feel something, to know that their dollars matter. You're not just selling shirts or candles or tumblers or whatever it is that you sell. What you're selling is connection. And that is something that no corporation can copy. So, today we're going to dive into how we can make that small business Saturday really actually mean something. Just not for your bottom line, but for your community, for you. So, we're hoping these 5 tips will help transform your, that one busy weekend into a foundation of loyalty and love that's going to last for years to come. So, numero one is let's lead with a story, not with sales. All right. You know, because really your story is the heart of your brand. Small Business Saturday, well, that's your perfect time to share it. People want to know what makes you tick, the passion, the grit, the reason behind the grind. And when you show the person behind the press, or the hands behind the handmade, your business really becomes human. And humans connect far, far deeper than discounts ever will. Many makers really feel pressured to post those flashy graphics or big deals, thinking that's what's going to get attention. But what actually stands out is the honesty. When everyone else is shouting 20% off, 30% off, 50% off, 100% off, your simple post that says, hey, here's why I started. That's going to stop the scroll. Vulnerability sells. And that's not because, it's strategic, it's because it's real. So, this year, let's try opening your post with something heartfelt instead of something promotional. Tell your followers, what this business means to you, what you've learned this year, maybe who inspires you to keep it going. It's that emotional honesty that really makes people, you know, not just buy once, but they also are going to root for you. So, some examples of this is a jewelry artist posted an old photo of her at her first craft fair with the caption, "This was me 5 years ago with a folding table and a dream. Thank you for helping me grow." That single post got more comments than any sale that she'd ever ran before. Another example is a print shop owner. They shared the behind the scenes photos of their messy workbench and the son asleep in the corner. Captioned, "He'll never remember the late nights, but I will." Customers flooded their continents with encouragement. What came next? Orders. So for this action step, let's just write a simple 3 sentence version of your why. And let's use it as the caption for your Small Business Saturday post before mentioning one single discount. All right. Ooh, excuse me. I'm getting weird stuff. The weirdest thing about the birthday is the stuff that comes across the phones and weird times. And I got some weird friends. I love you guys. Number two, rewardty. Rewardty is a new word. You know what that new word means? That's reward loyalty. Rewardty. Reward loyalty over new traffic. Everyone wants new customers, right? We all do. But our loyal ones, those are the reason that the lights are still on. Small Business Saturday is the best time to show those regular customers that you really do appreciate them. That they've been cheering for you. They've been cheering you on. They've been sharing your posts. They've been placing orders. So let's give them a reason to keep doing it. Most small business owners will put all their focus on attracting new buyers. Truth is, your repeat customers are the easiest to sell to and the most likely to spread the word. Loyalty, it's not built on one sale. It's built on moments of appreciation that make people actually feel valued. This year, instead of blasting your entire following with a discount, let's create something special for your insiders. Give them early access, mentorship community, and Hall of Fame members. A secret link, mentorship, Hall of Fame members. Even a handwritten note that simply says, "Hey, thanks for being here." When people feel included, they stay loyal. And loyal customers are worth way more than any new follower. So, some examples of this is a boutique owner sent her email subscribers a thank you for being a part of my story message, with the private early shopping link. Half her weekend sales came before she even announced the sale to the public. A Tumblr artist added free mini decals and personal notes to every repeat customer's order. By Sunday, her Instagram was full of customer photos showing off their extras and tagging her shop. So action step for this is let's just create one small loyalty reward. It could be early access, a bonus item, personal thank you, and deliver it before your main sale announcement. All right. Number three is let's turn our customers into collaborators. So what's that mean? Well, the best marketing, it isn't the post that you make, it's the one that your customers make for you. When you invite people to share their experiences with your products, you turn them into collaborators, not just consumers on it. They love feeling a part of your story. Those shared posts will carry way more authenticity than any ad ever could. Many makers really do many makers really do underestimate how willing customers are to help promote their business. You don't need to beg or bribe. You just need to give them an opportunity. A simple hashtag challenge, a photo prompt, or an even, hey, show us how to use it, post. It can really spark an avalanche of organic content that showcases your product, being used in real life. When you repost customer content, it builds connections on both sides. They feel seen, and your audience sees proof that real people love what you make. This is not just smart marketing, it's community building. Now, some examples of this, is a t-shirt shop launched a my favorite shirt challenge in customers encouraging customers to post a photo wearing their favorite shirt. By Monday, the page was full of smiling families and local teams showing off their designs. You know, a candle maker started, show us your shelfie. Shelfie, see, shelfie. This was a contest that was asking buyers to share photos of their candles at home. The results filled her feed for weeks and generated hundreds of new followers. So the action step for this is, hey, can we just create a hashtag or a customer photo challenge for Small Business Saturday and commit to reposting at least 3 submissions that day? Okay. Now, before we go on to 4, we'll go on to 4 and let's see what we got here. We'll check back in. I see people checking in here. And a chance there will be a design sale, maybe even a birthday design sale. Nicole, there may be a design sale come Black Friday. I think once we get through the flash ones, because Black Friday, here's how the schedule works. 12 days of flash sales, right? 12 days of Christmas. Started yesterday. Each day a new flash sale will come on, only be available that day. Yesterday's may still be available for a little while longer because you actually sold out of it. We sold out of it. I put some more back in stock last night, so it may stick around a little bit. We've got stuff going all the way through. Then on the 25th, on that Tuesday, it's going to be Black Friday, was when we're going to launch. That'll go for a week. There could be some design deals in there. That's when we're going to do some ball drops. There could even be a cameo or two given away. Maybe even a wizard. What? Just saying. There could be a lot of stuff going on there. So that's the day that we'll want to turn in that night. Tim, good morning. All back at it today. Good morning, all. Back at it today. I kind of read that a little weird, but Tim did a good thing yesterday. School watching on that. Good job, buddy. Jerry says, hello, friends. Let's see. 3 sentences sounds good. Yes, it does, Jerry. 100%. Rewarranty. Must have been used in a sentence. Yes. Linda, thanks for stopping by and checking us out. We are that loyal. Yes, you are. The landscape. Well, are you watching on the mobile? Because if you're watching in portrait mode, maybe the other way's better because it makes it smaller. That's why we got both on there. We're seeing how it works out. So your makers only show you as the phone view. Not sure if you changed that. So no, you should have 2s to choose from. That'd be 4. Well, there is 4 because there's 2 on this one and 2 on that one. There's a mobile version and there is so that's portrait and a landscape. That's what it is. And then I think it depends on what you're watching and how you're watching it. That's a huge giveaway announcement. Just saying. Just saying. Wahoo! Yep. Watching from D. Oh, PC on both. PC on both. PC on what on both? Tell me more. Uh, good morning. Watching from the deer cave. I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. So that way we don't scare the deer. You probably got headphones in, so it's all right. PC here too. Well, yeah, on the PC, yeah, because the one it does cut it off there a little. I can see that screen. That screen's right there for me, so I can see it over there. Silly Tim, right? Silly Tim, silly Tim. All right, let's get back into it. Remember, if you have questions, comments, concerns, keep them coming along. And sharing's caring. Go share this damn thing, yo. That's the birthday present that I need. The birthday present is just share, so we can spread. We can spread this everywhere. We can spread the fun. Spread it. Spread it. Spread it. Right. All right. Number 4. Let's collaborate instead of competing. Now, you are surrounded by other small business owners trying to stand out. And the best move isn't competition, it's collaboration. Teaming up, well, that's going to let you share audiences, that's going to build trust faster and create offers that really feel fresh. It is community over competition. And customers really do love seeing that energy. And I know many makers are, hesitant to reach out because they think they'll lose customers to someone else. But collaboration, that isn't about dividing attention. It's about multiplying impact. When two businesses promote each other, everybody gains visibility. You know, think about who your ideal customers also shop with. Then find ways that you can work together with them. Whether that's a joint giveaway, a co-branded bundle, or just how about swapping shout outs. You are both going to look stronger for it. So some examples of this is a coffee shop. They partnered with a bakery and offered a sip and slice deal. Buy a drink, get a cupcake half off. Both businesses tagged each other in every post and saw record foot traffic that day. Another local print shop teamed up with a photographer and created a brand starter bundle that included shirts and professional headshots. They both gained new clients from each other's network, and it would really prove that teamwork really does pay off. So for this one, see if you can find one complementary business and reach out today with a simple collaboration idea that we're going to do for Small Business Saturday. All right. Now, number five. Number 5 is let's keep the conversation going. When Saturday ends, do not let those connections die with it. Right. The biggest mistake makers make is disappearing after a sale. A follow up message, a thank you post, even behind the scenes videos, keeps that momentum alive and turns those customers into long term fans. You do not need a huge marketing plan, just a little thoughtfulness. People love seeing the real side of your business, the laughter, the gratitude, the fails, the pile of packages that, just that all those things, those just show that their support mattered. Sharing those moments, that really keeps them emotionally invested in your success. Gratitude is magnetic. When you thank your customers, they do not just feel appreciated, they feel part of something meaningful. And that's how we turn one sale into many. So, some examples of this is a boutique offered a Sunday reel showing her team packaging orders with the caption, "Hey, you made this possible." And it became her most liked post of the year and brought in dozens of new followers. A laser engraver sent a Monday email titled "Because of You" with a few weekend photos and a heartfelt thank you message. Customers replied with encouragement, and some placed second orders just to show more support. So, action step for this is let's schedule a thank you post or an email for the day after Small Business Saturday and to keep that conversation alive with your gratitude visible. Now, to recap all this, to show how we can make Small Business Saturday mean something, what are we going to do? We're going to lead with the story, not with sales. We are going to reward loyalty over new traffic. We're going to turn our customers into collaborators. We're going to collaborate instead of competing. And we're going to keep the conversation going. Why? Because Small Business Saturday, it isn't just about sales. It's about storytelling. It's about gratitude. And most importantly, it's about connection. When you show up with your heart instead of the hustle, you just don't make money. You don't just make money. You make meaning. And meaning, well, that's what keeps customers coming back for a long time after those hashtags fade. Now, that's what we got for you today on this fine Friday, the 14th. On Monday, we're talking about making merry, not mistakes. Holidays supposed to be a great time of the year, but we know we can run into some things. So that's what we got rocking for you today. Let's check in and see here what we got in there on there. My phone was like that with the phone view. I turned you on the garage TV and it's still on phone view. Switch to the other feed. Switch to the other feed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also watching here, like to increase the numbers. Yeah, there we go. There's a way for me to. Maybe well mobile. Stay away. Tab Tech. You just gotta pick the other feed because there's two different streams for it. That's what it is. Just I have a concern. I just looked at Rolling Inks, 189 for 404C Max 2. Sheesh. Reach out to reach out to me, Jeff. I cannot think of who it is right now that I use for ink because we should. I think we use the same inks, right? Yeah, we use the same Rolling Inks with that. Far cheaper. Far cheaper. I will get the information for you. But that it is there. No, Small Business Saturday is like 2 weeks, but we're planning for it now. We can't plan for it there. We'll get 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, so we get it there. But yeah, that's what we got. Guess who is in witness protection now? Free Jeff, 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". He gets there with it. The vulnerability stuff is scary. I don't think I like it. People love that emotional connection with it. Uh, well, we kind of had a, we started to, and there was a sickness that kind of was going in it, and I'm like, let's just continue this next week. So next week I can maybe fill you in, and we don't know to what capacity this person might be helping out, partnering, doing work, content. We don't know. We're in that exploratory stage to see if it makes sense on both sides of it. Jet Blast. I think it's it. Jet Blast. Yeah, Jet Blast. In the Roland Print group, I cannot think of his name. I'd have to see it, but that's who we've gotten art from for years. Never had any issue with it. And for us, one of our colors is maroon, and those can be hard to hit. No problem at all. Didn't have to change profiles or anything, and we rock it out with that. Phone number 6 or football number 6'7". Here at all 7 6 7 6 7. Yesterday, Hattie was helping me pack orders after school, and so somebody ordered it was like 10 of one rhinestones, 12 of another, 8 of one, 10 and 12. And so I was like, okay, here, let's count with me to make sure we have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She just shook her head at me, but I got pictures and put her to work, so we're gonna put an ad out there and be like, hey, thanks for supporting our kids. Put the kids in there. Jada, good morning as always. Thank you for your business advice. It's that you definitely building. I'm trying to, right? That's giving back a little bit that I can, and if this is what we can do, then that's what we can do. I love it. I love it. I love it. Jeff, I cannot see your comments. Can everyone else see them? Well, yeah, I see them on the screen right there. Maybe it's just you. How soon until we have individual Wizard licenses? Trying to set up a new computer with the Wizard. Bought subscription yesterday. As soon as it's posted, install Curl. Now need Wizard license. Let me check with them today. Because that'll be, I think, on Tuesday. I think once we release the full version of everything, that's when it'll be there because it's just creating the product on it. We don't have to worry about any subscriptions. You don't have to do anything like that. So that one should be pretty straightforward, Keith. And so next week we'll have that. Hey, we still got to work, right? I can't take the day off. Got to work, man. And now next week we got Crystal's birthday. So Pilar's yesterday on Todd's birthday eve. Mine today. Crystal's on Tuesday. It's birthday month. All our parents had a good Valentine's Day. I'm just saying. That's what we got. Okay. Now, you guys, I want you to have a magnificent day. I'm going to do our best too. We've got our mentorship call that is starting in half an hour. If you are in the Hall of Famer and mentorship community, make sure to check the general tab or the general section and the community post. there you should see all of the um, you should see the videos on how to order it, with the links on how to order it, because you have to select the recurring with it. Otherwise, next month it's not going to work. The way that we're working with the tech team to figure out the best way to handle that. Probably the best way is once it says, "Hey, you can't work it," you go purchase it again, and you do it at the recurring. I think it's going to be the way to do it. So that way we'll have it right there. So, do we have to have extra Pro license for additional computers to put 6 on others? Currently, if you get 2 licenses with it, but if you want more than that, yes. And for every 2 licenses, it's $100, but no monthly fee on that. That's all taken care of in there. So, you can every $100 buys you 2 new licenses. So, if you need 6, buy 3 of them, and that's how we're setting that up. So, I'm seeing how they all did it before. We'll make it good, but we've got that rocking. Next up is getting our community stuff built out, getting the rest of the wizard. Like we're already working on updates for the updates. Super excited for what everything holds for it. Jerry, you're here. That's why. Yeah. See, it's just I'm not sure what we do with Jerry. We love her. We love her. Love her. Nope. You do not need to install. Do not. You can just go right into it. It'll just need to close Corel before you install it. That's the big thing with it. All right. With that, you guys have an amazing day. We'll be back here Friday. You know what? We'll probably go live a few times over this weekend too, because we're gonna show off stuff. I'm gonna working on Cam's machines to hopefully bring both of those online this weekend. I got to go get some new air fittings. I might need a new specialty regulator. That's kind of going to be if that's what we need, then that'll be that's like another $500-600 part. We'll get that ordered up next week, but one worked out pretty good. Like I said, I'm gonna hang this one on the wall because this was the first transfer off of it. Where was the snowflakes? And those that are ordering, you might find snowflakes in your order. So I think that's where I know that's what we're gonna do. Put some snowflakes in some orders and get rocking and roll with that. Oh, Alexis, thanks. Like, and we got so much more to go. It was like stage one was this. Now we can move to stage 2 and 3. This really helps with everything to get it there. So real quick, have you made a video about making a gang sheet? Oh, Nicole. Nicole, what are you doing at Nicole? You're available, right? I just might tag you in a video call and walk you through on that to show you how that way it's to you, you're good to go with it and we have it done. Are you good to go here in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes? As soon as I get off this, I'll come right to you and we'll go do that and show it because that's on the list. Just now that list has gotten a little shorter. Now it's getting longer with stuff, so we got it. We don't learn how to do that. It's super simple. You go to the Gangify and you add the stuff to it. Pick out that. So if you're available, I can pop on and show you. You know what? One way or another, I'll get you a video here real quick for it. All right, cool. We'll do that. Okay. So with that, you guys have an amazing day. We'll be back. We'll be back next week. Until then, have a great weekend. Get out there and enjoy it if you are somewhere where it's going to be nice out. Thank you all early for the birthday wishes, and you guys have an amazing weekend. Peace, love, press on. We will see you then.